everyone, I'm going to show you how Google Scholar works. This is an additional lesson that I think will help a lot of the students who are doing research in my class. To use Google Scholar, you type in Google Scholar into Google. What Google Scholar is, it's a separate part of Google that uses the Google type of search engine. But inside of this database, instead of having access to all parts of the internet, Google has collected scholarly readings into one area. When you click on Google Scholar, you'll see that the search bar and everything looks kind of familiar, but it's underneath where it says Google Scholar. And you also have some tools over here where you can save some things. Inside of this box, I will type in something that is a topic in our class, history of the English language. Once I've typed that in, you'll see that there are some things that pop up here. Now, I don't have any showing on the screen right now that I am signed into ODU. It does work with the ODU library, and if you are logged in at the same time, you should see over on the right some PDFs that will turn up over here that you can click on. That's where they would be if the library has it. When you look at what you get for the findings, like what pops up, you'll see that sometimes in brackets it'll tell you what the item is, a book, for example, which you're not using. You'll see a book, lots of books for this one. This one's a website because it has HTML. This particular topic actually tends to have a lot more sources that are books. You can even see that as I'm scrolling on the second page. So sometimes you have to go kind of far or maybe change your search terms. I'm going to go back to the first page and go up to the first one here. Click on that. You'll see here that this is an ebook and it is for sale. Well, I don't really want anybody feeling like they have to buy anything. So what you would do is you'd go over to our library now and maybe see if they have it. That would be a good strategy. Once you find something that is working for you, you'll see that there's a citation button. You can just copy and paste the APA. Make sure when you grab it, the citation that is, that you check and make sure that it has all the parts it's supposed to have. These kinds of magic button situations, they do sometimes have some problems because it's only going to be as good, the citation is only going to be as good as whoever typed it in. And people make mistakes. So let's say you're still stuck and you're trying to find information and you're here in Google Scholar. You can see that next to the magic button where something is cited or where you can get your citation, you can see where the item has been cited by other people, which is a very nice thing to have if you're trying to keep your items related and if you're trying to do your work efficiently. I'm going to click here and just see what I find. Again, lots and lots and lots of books popping up, but it looks like there are a few other things coming up in the list that aren't books. Again, most of them are books. When you find one that isn't a book, it seems like it might be useful. You can see that it takes a while. I'm doing this in real time. Well, this one might be useful, an introduction to English linguistics. The reason why that might be good is because the overall field that this assignment content comes from is linguistics. So you can see also to the side, the PDF is here. So I'm going to go ahead and click and see if I can get to it. Nope, it says I need a license, so maybe not. I'm going to back out of that one and I'm going to keep going. Again, I know that it's tedious watching me struggle in this video in real time, but I also think that it is important because it's the same kind of thing that my students are going to be going through. And I want to show you it is a normal part of doing this kind of work. This one might work. We'll see. I'll click on this one, see if I can access it. Looks like it works. The next question I have is it actually in English? And it looks like it is. So let's say this one seems like a winner for you. You want to use this one. You can now read it on your screen and take notes. You could certainly download it and save it and print it. You could also come back over here, grab your citation. You could then say, well, if you like this one, I want to find related things. I'm going to go to the who cited it, the cited by 40 button right there, and see if there's anything else here that's also not a book. There are a few things that are popping up that aren't books here. So that's how you use Google Scholar. You might find that helpful. I do want to say one last time, this kind of research takes time. If you're opening things up and reading them and you're able to find everything immediately and get 5 sources in 5 tries without really trying, you're probably not doing it right, because the idea is that you would look at things and then make decisions on whether or not you want to keep it. Now, with a topic like this one, the history of the English language, it is harder to find articles, and there's just going to be a lot of variation. If that happens, then what I would suggest is you go over to the ODU library. If this doesn't apply to you, you could stop watching now. But if you are struggling, I'd recommend that you come over here and you actually look for ebooks. So I didn't have this in my initial lessons, but the ebooks would give you some access to chapters. If you have physical access to campus, you could even go check out an actual book. This one looks like this might be useful because it's a companion to the history of the English language. It is a digital source. Here's some on teaching the history of the English language. Here's another one. These are digital books. I'm thinking this could be extremely helpful once again if you're doing this topic. And you can see that the citation magic button is also here. Thanks for watching.